Hi, it's Chalora here, live at the Convention Center, and I'm so excited to show you the best of PAX West.
Hi, I'm Colin. I'm the creator of Royalty Free For All. It's a hand-drawn party brawler starring royalty-free characters. So we've got Sweeney Todd, Mother Goose, Sir Lancelot, all mashed up together in kind of a big Saturday morning cartoon brawl.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to just like research all of these old characters and think also, how can I make them fresh?
Yeah.
We've seen these guys a million times over a million years. So what can we do to like sort of reinvent them in a fun, modern way that makes people smile?
Yeah, exactly. I kind of was looking at them and I was like, are those characters? And I'm like, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Like,
Sweeney Todd is a barber pole.
Yeah, they're all just fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have 3 new characters coming out as well.
Yeah, so we have 3 characters on our Kickstarter stretch goals.
Okay.
We have 8 characters in the roster right now, and we're hoping to fund Bigfoot, Frankenstein, and Dante, who we've just had a total blast designing and conceptualizing, so we really hope we get to execute on those plans.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that there's a lot of detail put into all these different designs, even though they might look a little simple.
Right. Dante's a great example of that. He has, he's an eyeball, he's like a biblical angel, and his iris has 7 different colors inside it that get darker and darker towards the middle. So when you combine that with the circular shapes of the outline of his eye and his body, he represents visually the 9 circles of hell that he himself goes through in the story. And then also his wings have 7 feathers, his laurel crown has 7 leaves. So we're kind of going for that the 9 circles of hell as well as the 777 angel imagery.
Right.
And it's you look at it and you don't necessarily notice any of that unless you sort of study it for a little while.
Yeah.
And it's just been a blast to cram all that kind of thought into this.
Yeah, I appreciate that it's hand-drawn.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Uh,
I feel like there's been a lack of that in this kind of space with platform fighters. All kind of do these 3D models. There's some pixel art stuff that looks really good, but I grew up on 2000s cartoons, so I wanted my game to look like that.
Yeah, and that reminds me of that. When I was playing it, there's so many, looking at all the different frames and interactions too, being in Messie's bubble, for example, that all had to be drawn. It's just, there's such an intense level of care that I think went into it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed. There is a lot, and it's hundreds and hundreds of drawings for every character. Which is funny when I'm going through and selecting the key poses for marketing materials, what are the most fun still frames of all these characters? I have to go through 1,000 pictures a piece.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun smear frames that get cut, but it's a blast.
Yeah. It's actually very smooth, the way that they move. I feel sometimes there's people who cut corners and you get a couple frames that are a little wonky.
Sure.
Or at least still looks good, but this in particular looks very smooth.
Thank you. Our animator is just phenomenally talented, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I think together it makes a good team.
Yeah. Can you actually tell me about the art and the artists and their processes?
So our environmental artist is Brian Scheid. I think he's out to lunch right now. I kind of wanted the environmental art to evoke these a blend of 1930s painted backgrounds on this parallax style old cartoons. As well as 90s television shows. I really love this watercolor background appearance.
Yeah.
So that's what we tried to evoke here is late 90s thick line work with big bold character designs on these hand painted backgrounds.
Yeah.
Our character artist, Ivan Boivin, I'm the designer, and then he sort of makes them look a little bit better, easier to animate, and they just come out looking phenomenal. I'm so happy with his work. We together conceptualize a character and make all these design decisions that we've been talking about. Then he goes to town. I give him keyframes of this right here is a great example of I gave him a picture of Sakura doing this like a ghost, and he knew exactly what it would look like in the final, because mine is just a really crummy notebook sketch. I'm not nearly as talented as he is. It's really funny to compare those, what I send him and then what he turns out.
Oh, there's a difference between the jobs.
That's right.
But I like too that they change. It's not just the pose or whatever it is. The whole thing changes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah. Yeah, it's really important to us to give really dynamic silhouettes because that's what communicates the action on screen the best. If a lot of different poses look very similar to each other, then it's a lot harder to tell what your opponent is going to do. Yeah. So it's a lot harder to play, and it just doesn't make for as good of a game.
Yeah, absolutely. How did your studio come about?
I was working as a stage carpenter, and during COVID, I just had way too much time on my hands. I was joking, like, someone should make, there were all these, like, IP crossover platform fighters. And I was joking that, what's the one that hasn't been tapped yet? What's the umbrella? Oh, it's the public domain, where there is no corporate overlord. It's just characters that everyone is free to use. And that joke just kind of kept running, and I just got so inspired. I was drawing and conceptualizing for 3 or 4 years before I ultimately decided, you know what, I'm going to take a swing on this and actually start doing the work.
Yeah.
I've got enough ideas mapped out. So I started looking around, meeting, talented individuals that could do the job. I reconnected with a handful of friends of mine from a gaming website I started in high school. Brian is a great example of that.
Small world.
Yeah, Barry, our programmer. So I had some buddies in the wings, and I had some people that I just met by seeing their work online. And we came together in a small team on a unified vision, and we're making it happen.
That's how it came together.
Yeah.
Are there any ideas for more royalty-free characters? I mean, other than the 3 that we're seeing coming up?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. I really hope you all back our Kickstarter and buy this game so we can make. I mean, we've got 10 years of characters down the line that we're really hoping we can make happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of gameplay in terms of like single player or story modes?
So that's going to be one of our Kickstarter stretch goals. We have a really fun idea for how these characters will all sort of cross over into each other's public domain origin stories. Right. For example, in the original story of Sweeney Todd, he's foiled by a dog at the end. So, his final boss battle can be against Dorothy, who in our game made a wish that she could talk to Toto. She clicked her heels together and she became a little dog too.
Yeah.
And so we want to sort of mash them all up together in that way. If we don't hit that stretch goal, we'll probably try to make something happen regardless. It might not be as fun and fleshed out, but we definitely don't want single-player campaign to be something that is overlooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that was something that, like, for example, like people really liked in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Subspace Emissary.
I love it.
Like, we're not getting that anymore anyway.
I know.
So somebody needs to do it.
That's a big undertaking. I mean, that would be something that, it would require to be the entire point of a sequel.
I'm not saying make Subspace Emissary.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it's something I want to do, and it's a very big lift. But my heart is there.
Yeah. Do you guys have like maybe a Discord or something where people could play together?
Yeah, we've got a Discord. We're hosting closed betas every now and then. There's a tier on our Kickstarter where you can get permanent playtest access to whatever build is available.
Okay.
The public betas will sometimes, like, we've hit a milestone. We're ready to sort of bug test and play test this version of the game. Public playtest, the permanent playtest is just anytime you want, you boot up the version that we're working on and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a Discord. We're on all the socials. We've got YouTube, and yeah, that's where you can find us online.
Okay, cool. I just asked because, like, innately, like, it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Some people don't have friends, or maybe people just aren't awake at like 3 a.m. like I am.
Totally.
So
we do have private lobbies for if you want to like link up with people, in a planned out way like that. We also have quick play. Both of these modes have rollback netcode, so it's really smooth to play. But you can, if you want, just sign online and match with someone random who's online at the same time.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
When do you predict the release?
We predict March 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a safe bet.
I think that's about right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with
me. Thank you.
I'm excited to try it out. Yeah. Thank you.